you don't know Rawan, please
Absolutely.
welcome Rawan to
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, Negiat, for having me on board. It's a pleasure to be interviewed by you, one of the successful people that I've been mentoring and coaching for a long time. Congratulations on your success and on quitting your job and being a full-time mom. My name is Rawan. I'm 28 years old. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have two kids, and I'm originally from Lebanon. I live in Canada right now. Um, I've been in Canada for almost 10 years. Time flies by so fast. And for just like every one of us, Nibiyat, the main reason why we immigrate is just to be with our families and just have the freedom, financial freedom that everybody looks into. So my husband moved in here. He worked so hard with his family for almost 4 years to actually start their own business. And yeah, it took him 4 years of hard work to actually just come up with the initial startup for a business. And ever since, he's been still working so hard, putting endless hours. So this is why we decided I stay home with them. I used to work as a cashier back in 2010. I worked for 2 years. And when I got pregnant with my son, we were like, okay, one of us needs to be a full in here because it doesn't work when you have your actual business, a physical business, that, especially restaurants, you have to be physically there all the time, plus the endless hours, plus all the stress, plus. So, it is endless. So one of the parents need to step up and one of the parents need to be there and handle everything from teaching the kids to taking them to their sports activities and to doing everything else. So I was that parent. I'm like, okay, I'll stay home with them. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. For the first couple of years, it was like a dream come true for me.
Right.
I loved being with my son. And then when those 2 years came up, I'm like, okay, we're thinking of having another baby. So I actually had my daughter after 3 years almost. And then after 5 years, I'm like, what about me? I need something for myself.
Yeah.
I need to be able to raise them, but at the same time, I need to have that time and financial freedom that everybody talks about. So I started looking for a business that I don't have to bury myself in, just like my husband, we love our businesses. It's given us a lot, but it consumes a lot as well. So I started looking for something that will generate revenue for me, but at the same time, I still want to be home. I still want to raise my kids and I still want to be there for them. And I came across an ad on social media that was talking about freedom, flexibility, that was talking about business because I was looking for a business. And just like any other business, you need to do your due diligence first before you hop on. Before that, yet we were looking into franchises. We were looking into something that will work for us because the system was proven. So, for example, I'm going to give an example. Let's say we wanted to open another franchise and restaurant, but the startup cost for it was so expensive.
Wow.
You're talking about $500,000 to just start. And that's being plugged into a proven system, which is a franchise, which is usually, this is why people run to a franchise because it's proven. But I didn't want to do that. I still wanted to go back to Lebanon. I still wanted to travel. I still wanted to live my life on my own terms.
Yeah.
So that ad connected with me on so many levels because number one, the idea of an online franchise is something new to everybody. So I'm going to give a bit of explanation, if you don't mind, about the online franchise and how it works.
Yeah.
So when you are plugged into an online franchise, number one, you have to think about it as McDonald's. It's proven system. It's converting. Everybody loves it and everybody wants to go buy from that place. So the online system is exactly the same thing. The online franchise that we provide is a proven system. And the second thing that is important about the online franchise is that it is portable. You can do it from anywhere you go, anywhere you travel. I went back to Lebanon for a vacation. I was able to take my laptop and my phone with me and run my business completely from there, which is a huge bonus for me. So this is the best thing about an online franchise. And the best part about the online franchise is that there's lots of people that have been doing it, and the system kind of works for the people that put their time and effort into it, just like any other business. So the idea of an online franchise was so new back then. It's been 3 years, and I was a bit skeptical at the beginning. I was scared. Will this work? Will it fit my lifestyle? Will it convert for me? Because when I joined, I did not finish my university. I didn't have any experience other than working as a cashier for 2 years. I was 25 at that time. I needed something to work so badly for me, but I didn't know how to do it or where to start. I knew that the online world was the way to go, but I didn't have that franchise system that kind of is going to walk me through everything to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I watched an info session, and that info session explained every single question I had regarding the system, how it works, regarding the how everything works when it comes to the training side and all of that. And at the end of that info session, there was real people from all over the world that shared their experience. So it's just like McDonald's. I'm going to go back to McDonald's. Everybody will go and run to get McDonald's because the reviews for McDonald's franchise is so high that you will be making lots of money. So exactly the same thing with our info session. At the end of it, there was a lot of reviews of people that this business kind of worked for them and made it happen. So that encouraged me to take the next step. Yeah. And the next step was a one-time membership. And the best part about that one-time membership, it was refundable. So people can go in there, can do their due diligence, can look at everything, can watch more videos, do their homework, talk to their spouses, look out our private group, which has grown in a tremendous way. When I joined, we were only 3,000 members. Right now, we exceeded 65,000, and just in under 3 years. Yeah. You will get the chance to do all of that, do your homework, and then decide if it's a good fit for you. You can book a professional coaching call with your coach. And this where things started to get more real for me. I remember taking all of this without telling my husband. I booked a coaching call. I talked to my coach. I understood the whole business plan. I was so excited. And then when it came to tell my husband about it, I was a bit nervous, he didn't go through the process that I went through, and he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So at the beginning, he was like, oh no, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to be a good fit for you, of course. With me being very perseverant, how I am, I convinced him, and we fully jumped on board on January 2018. And ever since that, it was the best decision I have taken towards my family and towards me as a person. I growed on so many levels, on a personal level, financial level. We're just beyond excited. And meeting people and mentoring people from all over the globe has been an amazing thing for me, because all of us are looking for something to do online. Every single person wants to have that freedom lifestyle, want to have that flexibility. But the question is everybody going to be fit for this business? Of course, the answer is no, because not everybody is going to be as open-minded as we are to launch an online business and to work online. Not everybody is going to have that drive and that motivation to make it happen and to have a change in their life. People would rather settle for a job that they will work for 40 plus years rather than taking a risk and doing something that will eventually, if they put their 100% into it, make a change in their life. But there's a lot of people like yourself, Negiat. You knew the potential. You wanted to be there for your son. And if you guys don't know Negiat's story, you can go to her page and check out her story. It's so emotional. You want to be there for your son. You want to be there for your family. You want to quit your job that is keeping you away from them. And you made it happen. You made it happen after a year of fully committing and having that full perseverance and commitment inside of you. So now it comes down to the question, are you a good fit for this business or not? If you're that kind of person that is willing to take a leap of faith, that is willing to look at that cup where it's full, not empty, that is willing to take that next step, then absolutely, we would love to work with you. But if you're a negative person, a person that's not looking for growth, personal growth, financial growth, then I'm sorry, this is not for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that is amazing. You know, my second question is you already answered it, but I want to underline the fact that you said it's proven system. I always say that because you know how I give an example too is when you go to medical school, you expect that person will have somehow a good career. Why? Because it's proven that when you become a doctor, at least you will have a decent income. That's why, wow, he's going to be a doctor, she's going to be a doctor, right? It's a proven system because it's not,
100%.
yeah, but nobody give you a salary yet, but it's a proven system, 100%. So that's exactly how it is. When I started this business too, you know, you coached me, you're the one, and I saw your success in the team, and you are my top inspiration. My family knows your name, your last name, you're popular in this house, and this is how I, you know, like, wow. And I remember when I said, when you coached me, like the first question I asked you is, how did you become like this? And I want to be like you. And you taught me the process, everything. And I believed in the system. I took the steps and I committed to it. I put the time and effort to it. And it happened, like, you know, in 100 years that I never thought that I would quit my job completely and, you know, stay home with my kids. That is like, for me, it was impossible a year ago. But now it happens.
I need to ask you one question, Negiat. Like, how long did it take you to learn your profession? Like, how long of a time did you spend, and how much money did you spend to actually get to a position where you have a job that's paying you an income?
Actually, you know, I studied my nursing school in Eritrea, and just to even get into program, I had to go 3 years prior to the program. I had to take the requests and everything, 3 years in college, and then another 3 years in in nursing school. You know, that's 6 years putting, and to make what 40,000 a year. It's obvious. Maybe often we said that nurses get paid more, but no, we don't. Actually, we are underpaid. But the problem is, like, people think that we are like overpaid or we get more money because we are like we can work overtime. There was times that I worked 80 plus hours when my husband was at school, so I had to take both of the responsibilities. So I was pregnant with my third child and working 80 plus hours per week to just survive. So that was my life. If you ask me, of course, when my husband graduated, I cut it off, but still the money wasn't much. So took me that long to just it. Yeah, I always encourage people to go to school because, you know, it just grows your mind now. Always, I'm a supporter of going to school, but, you know, like this opportunity these days, online is not like an option. It's a must because either we like it or not, everything is changing online.
It's moving online, 100%. Yeah. And going back to education, I remember like my parents, ever since they started like raising us, they used to tell me all the time, Nebiat, the only thing I can give you when I die is your education. I don't know if you heard that saying before. Yeah. So I always had that anxiety inside of me. Oh, I need to finish university because, okay, my parents sacrificed a lot for us to go to good schools, to be committed, you know? And like all my siblings now are graduated. All my siblings have college degrees, and all my friends in Lebanon and in here have college degrees, and still yet me having my own online business, my revenue is way more than all of them. And I'm not bragging in here. What I'm saying is there is a potential for people, even if you're not super educated, even if you didn't go to university, even if you didn't finish college, if you're willing and you have that drive, that burning desire. As Kedar told me that on one of the interviews, she said, I had that burning desire that I want to make things happen.
Was the reaction from your family, from your friends, from people around you? What was like, are they accepting you? Yay, Rawan, make it happen. Or like, how was the reaction? Yes.
Uh, yeah, at the beginning, I got so excited. In our system, you don't have to reach out to any of your friends and family. But with my excitement, I wanted to tell everybody about it. I want to tell everybody about what I'm doing and it's going to happen and how it's going to work and how I can help them do exactly the same. And everybody were like, oh, good luck, Rawan. I wish you best of luck. And some people say, oh, what you're doing is a complete scam. And some people say what you're doing will never work. So I dropped this mindset. I focused on me. It took me 7 months to start getting results because I felt drained and I felt down that, okay, if my friends and family are saying about it, how it's going to work for me. But I know for a fact, Nebiat, that I pay taxes on my business. When you pay taxes on anything, you know that it's 100% legit.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I receive legit checks on a monthly basis that I deposit in my bank. And when you do that, it's 100% legit. I know for a fact that I hired an accountant, I hired a lawyer, and I hired a bookkeeper to help me with everything. So none of those professionals will actually be involved in something that is a scam. I know that on a monthly basis, I install my incorporation incorporate taxes, because if I'm going to pay them all at once, I'll have a heart attack. So I know for a fact that what I'm doing is legit. I know for a fact that what I'm doing is 100% right. So I dropped that mindset and I stopped listening to naysayers. Yeah. Naysayers are people that are not happy in their life, that if you give them any solution for anything, they will always find a problem for it. I surrounded myself with yes sayers. Yes, Nebiat, you can make this happen. Yes, Nebiat, you will succeed. Yes, Nebiat, I believe in you as a person, and I'm going to lift you higher. As a community, as a mom, this is how I resonate with you. As a woman, I'm going to hold your hand and lift you higher, because your success is mine. When I see you succeeding, when I see you getting there, when I see you getting tremendous results, I know that this is going to happen. And the ad that I saw, Nebiat, he was saying in the ad, when you look at your pay check, do you look at what you're worth? Like, that money that you make, is that what you're worth from your job? Now that when I write to myself checks, I look at my checks and I say, yes, I am worthy of this. I am worthy of even more. And this is why I'm going to put more time and more effort into this.
Everything. So it's like we work as a community, a big community, and one family. So that is my favorite part of it. So what is yours? Final question.
Definitely the community is the top, because in order to succeed in anything, you need to feel safe. And when you feel safe in a community, the sky is your limit. Nibiyat, when I first joined, I thought that my accent is so thick that nobody can understand it. Mike Dreyer looked at me and told me, your accent is just perfect for Rawan. For you, it fits you perfectly. You are successful. You can make things happen. And this is all that it took for me, to someone look to me in the eye and tell me that they believe in me. So now the confidence that I have, I didn't have it 3 years ago. The community grew that in me on so many occasions, from masterminds to meetups that we do. We were supposed to do a huge meetup in Las Vegas, but because of COVID, everything kind of got shut down. With the Zooms that we do, they believe in you.